Hey, what's going on, champs? I'm Aaron Deliosa. Welcome to an Immigrant's Life podcast, my podcast about immigrants, immigration, and everything in between. As always, business first. Facebook and Instagram and Immigrant's Life. Please like, share, review, subscribe, and all that stuff that you guys do. I really do appreciate it. That really helps. It shows me that someone's listening, someone cares. So the first month of the year has ended or will end. I hope you're still using that weights or exercise machine that you bought that you were thinking of using. I hope you're still following the diet plan that you were thinking of using to make yourself healthy. And I hope you're still keeping up with your goal. And if not, that's okay. Take a minute, review your action, review your thoughts, and go from there. Do what you want. Do what you like. You know what you want. If you spend time enough with yourself, that voice in your head will talk and tell you what's up. All right, I don't want to bore you more about my ramblings. I just want to talk about the episode quickly. I know you're excited to listen to this episode. I recorded this with a great guy. He's such a nice person, so you will hear and feel that we really get along well. So I hope you enjoy it. Also, I just want to say it's been a year since Kobe Bryant left us, together with his beautiful daughter Gigi and the rest of the people that were on that helicopter accident. And life has never been the same because after that, Corona came. So this episode was pre-recorded without thinking of that. And one day I was driving, it came to me to release it this day as a tribute to one of the most influential people in my life. So without further ado, this one's for you, Bean. We miss you. Isa, dalawa, tatlo. Today our guest is a baller, a sneakerhead, and an overall great guy. The original captain of the Westside Montreal basketball team. He will break your ankles on the court and then nurse you back to health because he's a nurse. Please welcome everyone's Kuya, Vince Bing Dimayuga.
Hello, guys. Hi, Aaron. How are you?
Good, you, Kuya Bing? How are you?
Good. I'm very good. Thanks.
Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. It's always my pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah. So my name is Vince Dimayuga, and everybody, most of my friends here in Montreal and in the Philippines. I'm from the Philippines, and also from the Philippines, like Aaron. Most of my friends call me Kuya Bing because I'm like their big brother.
Yes, he is.
Right now I live in Montreal, Quebec, in Canada, and I'm also an immigrant, like most of our friends here. And I'm here to tell stories about my life as an immigrant here in Canada. And that's it.
I love it. So you mentioned you're from the Philippines. Let's start with that. Where are you from in the Philippines?
I'm from Bauan, Batangas, and I grew up in the province of Batangas, and it's southern part of Manila. A little like an hour and a half to 2 hours drive, to have a little reference. Yeah.
Where did you grow up close to the beach or?
Oh yeah. Growing up, I remember my grandfather used to live like 5-minute walk from the beach. So we're so used to like swimming and getting tanned with not by choice, but so yeah, there you go.
That's funny. And so I guess you grew up in a big family.
Yes, big family. And well, my family, we're 3 brothers. We're all, well, obviously 3 brothers, right? We're all boys. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But I said big family because my dad, there are 11 siblings. Yep.
Grandpa got busy.
That's it. And the joke was, back in the days, there were no television. So what do you do? I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's fun. Don't be
Yeah.
sorry.
So
But yeah, there's no television, so grandma and grandpa got
got
busy.
exactly exactly. So yeah, that's what I meant by a big family. So we have a lot of cousins, and
Mm.
even if in my direct family we're all three brothers, but a lot of cousins. Like yeah,
Yeah, like all Filipinos, very close to each other,
yes.
cousins, uncles.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
so
And that's one of the trademarks of Filipinos. We keep our close family ties together. Yeah,
that must be a fun childhood.
exactly. Yeah, very, very exciting childhood. Like we have our circle of friends here and there, but as much as possible, we keep it close with the family.
Hmm.
And that's mostly how it is in the Philippines. For all you listeners who don't really, who are not familiar with the culture in the Philippines.
Very close, family-oriented people.
Yeah, exactly.
And what was your favorite game growing up?
I'm so playful when I was a kid. I used to play so many like outdoor games like tumbang preso,
Oh, that's fun.
patintero. These are for all you guys who are not familiar with this. These are like the traditional Filipino games. And I'm so active growing up. Like we have this game called Tex, which is like the cards.
Yes.
It's called the cards. The Jolen, the Holen. I don't know how to pronounce it. Holen.
It's marbles.
Marbles. Basically
Yeah.
marbles. Exactly. Marbles. So yeah, and we have this very traditional game called Sipa, which is like it's basic. I don't know how to explain it there.
It's
Help me
like
with this.
hacky sack, but instead of
Yes.
instead of like the soft ball, it's
Yeah.
like made of some sort of metal, and then we
Yeah.
put like some sort of like a plastic. I don't know, like for the balancing, I guess.
Exactly. That's it.
But
Thanks
it's
for
fun.
helping me
Ah, that's why,
explain it. Yeah.
that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I love
it.
that. But going back to the text was they're small cards that you buy from the market,
Yes.
and they have pictures in them. Not pictures, but drawings, cartoon drawings of movies, Filipino
Yes. With
movies.
storyline.
Exactly, from the
Yeah.
beginning to the end.
Yes.
So if you might, it's like a small book.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to know the movie, you just have to read the cards. But
The
no one
cards.
does.
No one does because we play with it.
Exactly. We gamble with it. We play
We gamble with it. Exactly.
Yeah, with money. My brother used to steal mine all the time.
Oh yeah, it's true. My brother used to do that to the same thing too, because I have so many, and then
it drives me nuts because I have like, let's say a few, like I don't know, let's say 50 pieces, and he'll steal, let's say 20 of them.
Yeah.
And then most of the time he will come home, he has IGA bags full, maybe two of them, and money, his pockets full of money, running away from people, and people are running to our house, to my grandma's house, and they're like, oh, pabalato. It means like it's like if you win money, if you win gambling, you give money to people.
It's like a little commission, basically.
Yeah, but
a little percentage that you give to other people as a commission. Pabalato, I think that's what it is. Kind of like that.
It's kind of like that, but commission is more of like you owe money to someone.
True.
But this is not. This is more like a gift.
A gift, exactly.
Because you want something, you give it to them, which I hate.
It's
like,
true.
yo,
It's
bro,
true.
You don't even give me anything when you win.
I earned this fair and square, and why will I give you?
Yeah. So
Exactly.
when my brother wins, he just comes home and he's just like, me, I'm mad. I'm like, yo, you stole my cards, man. But then he shouts like, IGA bag full of text.
Yeah.
And then sometimes he gives me money. But my grandma is furious because people are like piling up outside of her house, yelling, asking for pabalato.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for that memory. That's fun.
I know. Yeah. Those are our childhood memories, man.
But you mentioned that you like sports too. What sport do you play?
Oh, yeah. Not a lot of people knew about this, but my first sport was tennis.
Tennis. Okay.
I
It's
started
Sampras
playing.
over here.
Oh no, not really. But yeah, I started playing tennis at the age of 7,
Hmm.
and me and my brothers would play all the time. We have like instructors and this, and my dad enrolled us to this certain tennis clinic,
Yeah, yeah.
and yeah. But then I got bored, and a friend of mine introduced me to basketball, and I fell in love with the sport ever since. I would just play tennis for money, basically.
Oh, you're that
That's
good?
to say, no, well, because there's constant tournament in our village,
Okay.
and what I do is like, because we've been playing for a long time,
Hmm.
that I'm okay. I'm not good, but I'm okay. So I would join the tournament once in a while, and the price is always cash,
Mm.
And growing up, most of the people that I played against are like employees, and like old people basically.
Okay. How
And
old were you
so
then?
I was, I'd say 12,
And you were
12.
kicking this guy's ass?
Sometimes, because it's different categories. So the trick was I wouldn't practice at all.
Hmm.
So they won't see me play.
Oh
So they will
shit.
put me in the lower category.
Oh.
And what they didn't know is I play in school. And so, yeah,
In billiards, that's called hustling.
exactly. I was
And you
hungry for
you
money.
were hustling these guys.
That's it. I
That's
think so. I think so. I think so. But
uh,
but you know what? It's for fun, and at the same time, this is my way of earning money. I'm too shy to ask money from my parents, and so if I want to buy something, I learned how to earn it.
mm.
Not fair and square, but
Hey,
my own little way.
it is fair and square, right?
It's true somehow.
It's
Yeah,
not like you stealing money from them.
it's true. It's
You're not
true.
stealing money.
Yeah,
You're playing sport that they can play too. They suck at it and
it's
you're
true.
good at it, you know?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that was like that's a nice childhood memory as well.
That's
Sorry.
funny, man.
I feel so bad now thinking
Why?
about it. Well,
Because
I
you
guess
hustled
not.
them?
I guess. Yeah, it's true. I guess I should be proud of myself, I guess.
Yeah. You were 12 and they're adults and you're kicking their asses.
Yeah, some of them.
Most of
Yeah,
them you're making money.
yeah, yeah.
So you play.
But then after that, I didn't play as much because I fell in love with like I said, fell in love with basketball. I'm not that good, but I really love the sport. So
Yeah. Did you play in
that's
high
it.
school and college or?
I did play in high school.
Mhm.
I play for the De La Salle Lipa basketball team from 1989 to 1992.
Mhm.
Yeah, I played 3 years there for my high school team. I was a role player, basically.
You made the team.
I made the team.
That's what
So
matters,
exactly,
right?
exactly,
I mean, you're
exactly,
not be playing all the time, but you still made the team.
exactly.
A lot of people or kids want to make
Yes.
the team. They don't make it.
Yep. Yep. And yeah, it's just for the love of the game. I'm so passionate about it, and I love it so much that the coach saw the passion in me, and like, I like this kid basically.
So you're like the
And
Dennis Rodman of the team,
somehow, yeah, it's true.
like the
Somehow,
nice, kind Dennis Rodman.
that's kind of Dennis Rodman. Well, I guess I can say that. I love Dennis Rodman.
Yeah,
Anyway.
the Bulls. Speaking
Oh
of
yeah.
loving basketball, I don't know anyone that loves Kobe Bryant more than Kuya Bing. He loves Kobe.
Oh
So
yeah.
speaking of that, how did you feel when you learned that he passed?
Oh, I was devastated. Well, in the beginning, I was just hoping that it was a fake news.
I think
Nowadays,
everyone.
you don't believe right away if it's real or it's fake. So I was really hoping that it was fake news, and But then I turn on my TV and all over the news, like it's breaking news, and it's like Kobe Bryant died, helicopter crash. I was devastated.
Yeah.
But you know what? God bless his soul. It is what it is. And yeah, God bless his soul and the rest of the people who was there in that helicopter accident there. So yeah.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate. And I just want to talk about that quickly because I know you're a
Yeah,
big fan.
exactly. Oh yeah,
And
I am a big fan. Yeah.
and on just to make the record straight, I
Yeah.
wasn't a big fan of Kobe as
Yeah.
a player. I hated Kobe
Mm-hmm.
because his arrogance and the way he played. Plus, I hated the Lakers.
Yeah.
But when I watched the documentary "The Muse of Kobe Bryant,"
Mm-hmm.
that changed everything for me.
Oh yeah.
From that point on, I loved Kobe.
Yeah.
I understood how he thinks, why he acts like that, and
The
from then
mindset.
on, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
The mindset.
Yeah, the Mamba mentality. I love Kobe, and even obviously, I was devastated as well when he passed. But but funny is even now when I see his basketball highlights, I
Mm-hmm.
still hate him.
Yeah.
But if I see him outside basketball, I'm like, that's my man. That's my boy right there.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, but a great loss.
Yeah. Great loss.
But
Yeah.
thankfully, he left us with good memories and
A legacy.
a great legacy. Exactly. I want to stay talking about basketball because I love it. And you know you
Yeah.
love basketball too. And I want to ask your opinion because I know you're a smart man. What do you think about Filipinos basketball obsession?
Basketball. Oh, I think I know why. Because we are considered a third world country, right?
Oh, we are. We're not considered. We are.
Yeah, yeah, and the passion starts with, because I believe it's the easiest sport to play. All you need is a ball,
A hoop.
a hoop, which is, we can do it homemade basically, and that's it. We can play without shoes. Is that correct?
Yeah. Flip-flops, yo.
Flip-flops, exactly. We can play in like on like, how say that, dusty.
Oh yeah, dirt.
Dirt.
Yeah.
Dirt. Exactly. We can play in any turf.
Any turf you do play.
So,
but
sorry. As opposed to, like, if we play baseball, you need gloves, you need bat, you need a big field, and it's very rare to have an available big field because we'd rather farm on it.
Yep.
Right. Soccer, the same thing. It's very rare to have like a big an available soccer field because we'd rather farm on it, right? But basketball, a little portion of it, 3 people can play, 6 people can play, everybody happy, like we sub, so I think that's where it started. It's an easy and not expensive game to play.
That's beautiful. You know what? That's a beautiful perspective. I never thought of that way, the land-wise.
Equipment-wise too, right? We don't have to spend a lot. And, a ball, even if it's like, how do you say that? It's not as new anymore. We can find ways to make it look new, We just clean it and this and that. We need to find ways. We have to find ways, and everybody's happy. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's stay on basketball because I love talking about it.
I love it. I'm enjoying it now.
Top 5 lineup of all time.
That's tough. Yeah. Well, honestly, of all time, okay, I guess number 1 is Michael Jordan. Who doesn't like him? I mean, growing up, I didn't like him.
I didn't like him. Why?
No, like, because I was a Charles Barkley fan.
No, okay.
I'm a big Charles Barkley fan growing up. Anyway, so I'd say Magic Johnson. Again, you can see my age. Kobe Bryant, of course. Charles Barkley. And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Kareem
Too
Abdul-Jabbar.
old,
Wow.
too old. I'm too old, man.
Nah,
Yeah, yeah.
those that's a strong lineup.
Strong lineup.
Can I give you mine?
Of course.
Okay. Shaquille O'Neal,
Oh, yeah, yeah. I forgot about
Shaq.
him.
Yeah. There's
Hmm.
so much of them to choose from, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Larry Bird,
Larry Bird.
number
Okay.
33, baby.
Yes.
Magic. I
Yeah.
have to put Magic.
Yeah.
Jordan, obviously.
Yeah.
And the last one, this one's a tough one. This one, I'm not like, it's Kobe.
Good.
As
I thought you were gonna say somebody else.
much as I hate Kobe
Yeah.
playing,
Okay.
I have to put him. It just, he has that thing,
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
that killer, which is so rare.
So say that again. Larry Bird, Magic.
Okay, Shaq, Bird, Magic, Michael, and
Yeah.
Kobe.
Kobe. Okay. Oh, strong lineup. That's unstoppable right there.
Uh, let's go back to our show.
Yes, yes,
I could
yes.
talk about basketball forever.
It's true. It's true.
So we stopped at high school.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
After high school, did you go to college in the Philippines?
Yes, yes, I did. So I went to university. I yeah, I went to the same. Well, I went to De La Salle University in Manila in Taft Avenue,
Let me
and
just cut
I
you off there. Let me just
yeah.
say to people that doesn't know, only
Oh
rich people goes to the university.
no, not really, not really,
Yeah, it
not
is.
really.
Unless you're very smart and you're a scholar. Other
Well,
than
I am
that,
smart, I guess somehow.
you're smart, but not that smart. If you know what I mean.
I know, I know. Anyway, so I went to De La Salle University. I finished economic. I have a degree in bachelor's of science in applied economics,
Mhm.
and yeah, it was it was fun going
Yeah.
to. That was the time when I had to like move to Manila for 3 years.
Okay.
And for those of you guys who didn't know, 3 years is because my university is trimester. It's 3 terms in 1 year.
Mhm.
Instead of having a semester type of school year, it's 3 terms in 1 year. So you finish your university degree in 3 years.
Mhm.
Done. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. So you move away from your family.
Yep. I moved away from my family for 3 years. Stayed in Manila, but once in a while I would go back to my province to do my laundry and
Yeah.
ask for allowance. So yeah,
So
it's not
that
too
kind,
far.
yeah. So that's kind of prepared you for moving to Canada,
True, true. I
being
can say it
alone.
helped a lot. It helped a lot. Yeah,
Oh, okay. You finished college in the Philippines,
I did. I did. I
and
did.
then when did you move here in Canada?
So I moved in Canada in 2004.
How old were you then, if you don't mind me asking?
I was 28. I was
28.
28 years old.
So
Yes.
did you work in the Philippines?
Yes, I did. I did.
Okay.
After university, after college, I worked right away, nonstop, and yeah. Then I came to Canada in 2004. Yeah.
Okay. And what made you move to Canada?
Oh, that's a good story. So I guess it was just to try to come to Canada because I have a lot of relatives here. In the beginning, when we were talking about like big family, so I mentioned that my dad, there's 11 siblings. 6 of them migrated here in Canada, in Montreal.
Okay.
So I see like my cousins doing so well here, and like whenever they come to the Philippines, as if they're like living like millionaires. So so I tried to come here too, and yeah, but it really changed my life, and it's really not the same from where I'm from and when I moved to Canada. It's
Hmm.
a big change, basically.
Who helped you to move here?
Well, it was my aunt who actually helped me move here. and not a lot of people knew about this, but I came here as a caregiver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I came here alone, but as a caregiver.
That is so rare for a
Very
man.
rare. Very rare.
Wow.
Yeah. And commonly for us Filipinos, it's usually the mom or
Mhm.
the wife of like
The
it's
woman
usually
of the
the
family.
woman of the family,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
Because no one wants to hire a dude taking care of, your family or your kids.
Exactly.
Oh.
And when I came here, it was appropriate because my aunt needed a caregiver for her father-in-law, an Italian father-in-law back then.
Oh.
Um, I believe his wife passed away, and therefore he need companion, like somebody who would drive him to his appointments, somebody who would like lawn
Most on.
mow his lawn and like clean up his house basically, and basically he's like overall bodyguard
Yeah.
type of thing. So when I did my interview in Manila for the like to get in
Mhm.
Canada in the embassy, they said, "Oh, you're perfect for the job because not a lot of if you need to lift the patient the patient the person,
Mhm.
then you're appropriate for the job." So yeah, and it's very rare. You're right, it's very rare.
Did you study caregiving in the Philippines?
Actually, I did
Okay.
for 6 months. six
Oh.
months Yeah,
Was it
it
a
was a
plan
requirement.
or it just happened so?
It happened because honestly, oh yeah, now I remember why it happened, because in the beginning I just wanted to apply as like a regular immigrant, but I
Mhm.
got denied. Yeah, I
Why?
got denied because of my age, and I was single, and they thought that you're not really able. I don't know, for some reason I got denied,
Some
and
bullshit.
therefore exactly, maybe that's the thing. But so my aunt found a way, and just so happened that that the father-in-law needed some help too,
That's
so
good.
it was perfect timing basically. So yeah.
Yeah. So you're 28. Uh, were you homesick?
Oh yeah, in the beginning, yeah. Oh yeah.
And how did you deal with that?
Back in the days, we don't have Zoom, we don't have FaceTime, we don't have this type of like communication. We don't have this means of communication. So back
Mhm.
then, I used to buy these phone cards. I would buy phone cards every day.
I fucking hate those phone cards. It's
Yes,
so expensive.
it's expensive, and they they lie about like, oh, you have like
Yeah.
30 minutes. It's only like 5 minutes.
or if you use it for like let's say 10 minutes, the next time you use it, oh, you only have 5 minutes left. Dude, I use it for 10 minutes.
Yeah. And it's written there 30 minutes, good for 30 minutes, or like 1 hour
Hour,
basically.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you call the Philippines a lot.
Yep. Call family a lot, all the time, like almost every day. And back in the days, there's this social media thing called Friendster. And yeah, and that's how I communicate with my friends and my cousins. And yeah, and it's like it's a big change from where I'm at before, and then where I moved.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big change, very
Yeah,
big,
it's a big culture shock.
big culture shock.
Like you were mentioning, you were close to your family, big
Hmm.
family. I'm sure
Exactly.
you have a lot of friends because you're a friendly guy. And then you come here, nobody.
Nobody. I have a lot of cousins, but they're all busy working, and
Yeah,
so
it's
I
a
have
different
to.
life.
It's a different life,
Yeah,
way different. Everybody's busy here, and everybody's. I don't say hustling, but everybody has to feed their family
yeah,
basically, and
yeah,
therefore everybody's busy.
yeah. So I like that you said that because I want to talk about how in the Philippines everybody thinks that, oh, you're in Canada, money grows in trees there,
Yes.
but they're not thinking that we're making money. Okay, cool. We make more money than the usual worker in the Philippines,
Yes.
but we have bills too.
Yes. Exactly.
We have dreams.
Exactly. And one of like I mentioned before, one of the reasons why I came to Canada is because of that. I thought you're gonna live like a king and this
You
and that,
did. Okay.
but I had like a realization. Is that the term?
Hmm.
Realization.
Hmm. A slap in the
And
face.
a slap in the face, basically. That, oh, this is how it works here.
Hmm.
But then again, I made things work, and it went well after.
Yeah, exactly. Did you did you suffer through this? It's a type of culture shock. Is when you come here, the currency, obviously, the exchange of the currency is different, and you start thinking, oh, a glass of water, not a bottle of water is like, I don't know, let's say $2, and then you translate it to peso, and you'll say, "Oh shit, that's $100, 100 pesos. I'm not paying 100 pesos for a bottle of water."
Yes. Oh, in the beginning, yes. In the beginning, a lot of conversions. And like, that's too expensive. That's too expensive.
Mhm.
Because in the Philippines, like, yeah, you're right. Just for
Mhm.
that's a good comparison there. The water in the Philippines and the water here, it's $2. Okay. But I used to convert a lot, and I'm like, oh, no, 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 that's too much. That's too expensive.
Yeah,
You're right. You're right.
yeah. And who was the main person that you leaned on when you were very homesick?
Well, well, it's you guys.
I don't know about that.
Well, I have my cousins, and you know what? Honestly, I divert this sadness, loneliness, or what you call homesick through activities. And one of my main activities here is basketball.
So you deal with it with friends, family, and activities.
Yeah. So going back to our earlier story about basketball, I didn't know that my love for basketball will be my coping mechanism to deal with all my like my being homesick, and it became like the grounds for me to make friends and be active and forget about this sadness that, like, since I miss my family and everything.
Mhm.
So yeah, basketball made it happen.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
homesickness is a bitch, man.
Oh yeah, 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 for sure,
Like
for sure.
every time, sometimes I think about it sometimes, and not just to think of being sad and anything, but like how proud I am to myself going through that. And I'm with family. Imagine
Yes,
if you were alone,
I was alone. Yeah,
you know?
that's it. That's it. It's because it's a different culture, and at the same time, we're so used to how we live in the Philippines. It's a big change. It's a big change.
Hmm. I understand.
Yeah.
So homesickness was tough, but what gave you the most challenge being an immigrant?
The challenge, well, I think it's the change of culture, and I think it's a complete turnaround of what I was doing back then compared to what I began doing here in Canada.
What do you
To
mean
give
by
you an
that?
example,
Yeah.
to give you an example,
Mm.
when I was in the Philippines, since I finished university there, I used to work in offices, like corporate world, basically.
Mm.
I came to Canada, I was a caregiver. Big change. Like, I never thought that I would be like cleaning toilets
Hmm.
and like mowing lawns,
Hmm.
shoveling snow, and yeah, it's a big change. At one point,
It was a humbling experience,
very humbling experience. That's the right term, humbling experience.
but you pushed through it. It taught you gratitude
That's it.
and being humble
That's it.
that makes you a better man,
Exactly. Exactly.
right? And speaking of better man, Kuya Bing just recently had a baby.
Oh yes.
And I want to ask you, how do you find being an quote unquote old dad?
Oh, yeah. It's very rewarding, and at the same time, I'd say tiring, literally. Well, rewarding because you know what? Honestly, I almost gave up on being a dad, let
Oh,
alone
yeah.
being married.
Yeah, for the
Yeah, yeah.
longest time you were single.
Yes, yes. But what happened was, I can explain. I can explain.
Yeah, yeah. You bought a gun. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but what happened was, I moved to Canada. I had to like start all over again, and then I didn't have time for myself. All I wanted to do is like to get my papers, be a permanent resident, be a citizen, this and that, work, work, work. For all you know, I found out I'm already old. Yeah, I forgot about everything, you know. But then again, you know, I found my true love, and now I'm a dad.
Sure, because she's just in the other room, right?
Yes, yes, I have to say that. But of course, no, but no.
No.
But kidding aside, it's a very being an old dad is like it's very rewarding, and I'm so happy because at one point I actually gave up on having a baby, and we tried for 3 years and didn't happen, but all of a sudden here she is. You
The
know,
miracle.
it's a miracle. We didn't even have to do like those artificial whatever things that we did it natural in a natural way.
Congratulations.
Yeah, yeah.
Congratulations. That's amazing story. And like you're trying for 3 years and then start like, screw this, we're good. And then God or universe or whatever, what have you, like, guys, what's up? Here you go.
Exactly, exactly. So
That's
I'm very happy, and I'm thankful to God that and everybody who helped me. That like now I'm one of the gang. I have a kid too now, and yeah.
okay. Take away the factor of missing friends and family. What's your opinion on this saying, life is good in Canada, but it's more fun in the Philippines?
I think I believe in that somehow. Especially when you say life is good in Canada, it means that you experience life in Canada. So if you experience life in Canada, it means that you're probably earning money from Canada, and then you go back home in the Philippines. Then life is good.
like like your cousins.
Yes. Now I'm the cousin that I was like jealous
Ballin'.
with. Yeah, kind of like that. But honestly, no, life is good in the Philippines because that's where we're from, and that's where the family is at. And
You mean it's more fun in the Philippines?
Yes, for me, in my own opinion, it's more fun in the Philippines still, even if I live here in Canada now, just because there's a lot of things that you can do there and that you have there that we don't have here. Like special, well, I'm talking about here in Montreal basically because I never lived anywhere else in Canada that rather than here in Montreal. But like the beaches and the street foods and this and that, the authentic ones. Yeah.
You're
I
still
think,
willing to eat street food when you go back to the Philippines?
oh yeah, I do. I still do. Maybe not now.
I don't.
Yeah,
So
no, you don't.
okay, now we need to get this straight.
Okay, okay.
When you go back, would you
Yes.
eat street food?
Yes, I do. I
I
will.
mean, like literally street food, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you stayed in the Philippines and didn't migrate, what do you think would you be doing in the Philippines?
If I did migrate to Canada, I'm probably be still in the corporate world. Like that's the thing that I was doing back then. I was in office work, office jobs, mostly sales, marketing, and so I think I will still be like that, or maybe a little business on the side, basically. But yeah, I think I wouldn't be what I am now. It's a big turnaround, and I didn't even realize, I didn't even imagine in my life that I'll become what I am now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Just an FYI, Kuya Bing is one of those MVPs, the frontliners.
Yeah. You
He's
can say
a
that. Yeah.
yeah. You guys are you're kicking ass. Taking the hit for us while we're blaming the government and and everything. But yeah, Kuya Bing is what? Tell us what you do.
Now I am a nurse. Yeah, I work at the Montreal Neurological Hospital here in Montreal. So yeah, I'm a registered nurse now. So it's like a big turnaround. From our story in the beginning, I graduated with a degree in economics. I came to Canada as a caregiver. After I became a caregiver, I started working in different companies. And then I went back to school. Like
Hmm.
from zero, I went back to school and I became a nurse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me just add to that that
Mhm.
I really admire you for staying in school, even though it
Thank
took
you.
you I don't know how long to take it
Yeah.
to finish it. You really stick with it. You had a goal, and you just keep chugging along.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I remember when we used to play, and some guys, which I'm not gonna name, they're
Hmm.
like, "He's going to school still, man. He's like old and stuff." And then in my head, I was like, "So what? He's chasing his dream."
Exactly.
I knew
Exactly.
you were taking a nursing classes,
Yeah. Yeah.
but and I know it takes a while.
Yeah.
Plus, you're living your life, and
That's it. That's it.
things happen, and it doesn't matter how long you finish it. What
Yeah.
matters
That's
you
it.
finish.
Exactly. Exactly. And now I'm. I reached my goal. I
Mm.
guess
Yeah,
and yeah, and
life
I'm
is
happy with what
good.
I do. Life is good now. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Basically. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Being a male nurse, what is that? Was it your personal choice, or how did you end up choosing that career?
Well, you mentioned a male nurse because I want to be a male nurse like Gaylord Fokker. No, 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 no. Kidding aside, no, no. It's I think it wasn't my real dream. But I remember growing up, I wanted to be a doctor or a dentist, and since I'm already old, I didn't want to like go back to school to become a doctor because it takes so long and it's expensive, and won't my brain cells won't be able to handle it anymore, and therefore I actually tried to become a nurse, and it's very rewarding, and I really love the job, and I think it's for me. I've been a nurse for 7 years now, 6 years now, and
Wow.
I'm really enjoying what I do.
Hmm.
Yeah, so that's probably really what my calling is.
Yeah, eh?
Everybody wants me to become a nurse,
Really?
but you know what? It's actually probably in me too. Like
Yeah.
I think I am a compassionate person. I think.
No, it's not. I think you are compassionate,
Thank you.
always smiling, always saying hi to everyone, very respectful. Sometimes I hate you for being too nice.
Yeah,
I because I'm not a nice person. I'm okay.
you are a nice person too.
I'm all right, but every time I see people like you, I'm like, why are you so nice? Not everything is beautiful.
It's the Kuya Bing mentality.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. It is the Kuya Bing mentality.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everybody loves Kuya Bing. If you guys have a chance to meet him, you will love him.
Uh, come by. No, no, no. I'm just joking. But yeah, going back to what we were talking about, I think it's my calling to become a nurse, and I'm happy that I pursued like this to go back to school and not really suffer, but sacrifice the time, the effort, and it's all worth it in the end. You know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um, let's segue a little bit.
Okay.
Mm, do you remember when you become officially a Canadian citizen?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It was 2014, just recently. I came in 2004. I
Oh, 10
became,
years.
yeah,
Why?
because I was stubborn. I was like,
Oh,
I just didn't want to process the paper because I'm just stubborn like that. I
yeah.
said, I'm a permanent, because when you're a caregiver, for everybody who didn't know, when you're a caregiver, the Canadian government will give you a chance to work for 2 years. And after you work for 2 years, then you are allowed to apply for a permanent resident. Yeah, something like that. And so after that, I became a permanent resident. But
Wait,
then
let me just clear something up. That's not the case anymore.
that's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
That was the case back then.
Yeah. So go
Yeah,
on. Sorry.
16 years ago, 14 years ago, something like that. And I had the chance to get my citizenship 3 years after I came here, 4 years after I came here,
Mhm.
but I just didn't do it. I forgot, and I was stubborn,
You
and
were lazy.
I was lazy
That's
basically.
what it is.
And I
It
was
is.
so preoccupied with basketball and school and music, maybe.
And women.
Yes, I agree.
uh, well, really, yeah. Once you're a permanent resident, you kind of doesn't really have an incentive to be a citizen.
There's only one thing that a permanent resident doesn't have as a right compared to a citizen, which
Mhm.
is the right to vote.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
That's the thing, and that's probably why I didn't have the need to become a citizen back then.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was the only one.
But
And
if you're a permanent resident, do you have to apply like every certain years to be a permanent resident again, or that's it? You're forever permanent resident.
I'm forever permanent resident. It's just that I have to renew my card.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I have to renew my card a certain period of time. Yeah, I
Hmm.
have to renew that. It's true. You have to renew it. You have to renew it.
Okay, so you have to renew it. So when you became officially quote unquote Canadian citizen,
Hmm.
did it make you feel like you're Canadian?
Somehow, yes. It's not because of the paper. It's because it's the timing. Because I've been living in Canada for 10 years already,
Mhm.
and I adopted most of the qualities, not all the qualities, the culture. I adopted not really most, like some of the qualities and culture, and I consider myself as like being part of Canadian community already.
Yeah,
Like I'm
you
a
are
Canadian.
Canadian.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah. I have a conversation about this with a friend, and
Hmm.
he lives here, but he says he doesn't feel like he's still Canadian. I mean, he doesn't feel that he is Canadian.
Hmm.
And he says there's no point of being Canadian.
Okay.
Like for him, it was just like a name. So then he asked me like what is it like? Do I not understand it? And I said, well, I cannot explain it to you. You just feel it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said to him, when I did my citizen oath taking,
Hmm. Hmm.
I didn't feel Canadian. I was just like, this is a paper.
Yeah.
I actually feel bad thinking about it sometimes that when I did it that day, I felt like it was a nuisance. It
Yes.
felt like they were bothering me. Like, why are you taking my day away from my life?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Which I feel bad, but obviously now thinking about it now, I feel bad, yes, but I since then, I guess somehow fix that
Yeah.
by,
Yeah.
being part of the community,
Yeah. Yeah. And
so go
yeah,
ahead.
what's nice about being a Canadian is we have the freedom to still practice what our culture is, because this country, Canada, is a country. It's a multicultural country as opposed to USA.
Hmm.
US is like a melting pot country, right? So
Hmm.
I think that's one of the nice thing about this country is our country. Well, Canada allows us to still practice some of our ways and means that we got from our original countries,
Hmm.
just because we are a multicultural country,
Yeah,
and
kind of.
everybody respects that.
Yeah, Canada's great like that. I love this
Yeah,
country.
that's it. That's it. That's it.
I love it. I love this province. I love
Yeah, me too.
Montreal.
Me too.
It's just a great country.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm happy. I'm glad that I moved here.
Yeah, you're glad to be here? Okay, let's test that.
Okay, okay.
Do you have plans on retiring in the Philippines?
I don't know. That's a good question. It's a good question. It's a very good question. Um, it's a tough one because now that I have a baby and there's a big gap,
Mhm.
I think when I retire, he's just doing her university and I think he still needs me. So it's not by choice, I guess.
Mhm.
It's really tough.
Okay, so let's say somehow you won the lottery.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you still retire to the
No
Philippines?
questions asked. I'm gonna I'm gonna go back home.
I mean, we're talking about staying forever.
Stay forever.
You're not going back to Canada.
I think not going back to Canada.
No, I mean, yes, you can go back, but once in a while.
I guess I'll do that. I
Yeah.
guess I'll do that. I guess I'll do that.
I feel like that's everyone's dream
Dream
to
exactly.
have enough money
Yes.
to stay here when it's summer and spring,
Yeah.
and then when the dreaded winter comes,
Yeah.
we go back to the Philippines for however certain amount of time, right?
That's it. That's it. Yeah. I think that scenario that you gave me when you win the lottery, that makes it easy for me to answer. So that's actually the summary of all things. I think you have to have enough savings, enough reason to just go back home and just come back here when needed. Yeah, you're right. It's a perfect example. It's a perfect scenario what you gave.
Let's close with this one.
Okay.
What advice can you give a person that would like to move to another country?
My advice will be based on what I experience. Going to another country, migrating to another country is not as easy as you guys thought. You have to sacrifice stuff. You have to be how do you say that? What's the term? You have to be I can't think of that
Say in
word.
Tagalog.
Kailangan mo matatag. What is it? Like
resilient,
basically. And yeah, and like I said, it's not what you think it is for most people. Some are lucky, but you really have to work hard for it. You have to, if it's not what you're expecting, you really have to know how to adjust. And at the end of the day, if things work out, it's all worth it. I mean, it's called delayed gratification, I guess, because you just sacrifice now, prosper later, basically.
Wise words from a wise man right here.
Thank you.
Man full of wisdom. I
That's
think we got it all. Do you have anything else to say?
I think that's it. I really appreciate you inviting me in this podcast. This is a great tool for other people to understand what's going on with us living in a different country other than the Philippines. Thank you very much for doing this.
You're welcome. And thank you. And have a good evening, Kuya Bing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Bye. Thank you again, Kuya Bing, for doing the podcast. I really do appreciate it. And thank you, listeners, for listening. This is Aaron Deliosa for An Immigrant's Life. See you guys later.